Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I thought I would just jump on and talk about some of my favourite things about the Lexus RX because I've been so excited to get this on the channel and experience the 5th generation RX because it's a really important car for Lexus because the 1st gen RX was like a kind of change in the automotive industry. When the Mercedes-Benz ML came out and the BMW X5, they kind of went for the sporting and the luxury side of soft-roaders, off-roaders. Whereas Lexus RX really kind of homed in on just being luxurious and that kind of crossover and bringing as much car characteristics into a crossover vehicle. So you may remember the Mark 1 because it was shared with the Toyota Harrier. There was even a Zagato designed RX, which is red and kind of gold from memory. It's really worth a Google search if you've not seen that before. The Mark 2 you would have seen in the channel before, kind of had that kind of more aerodynamic look at the front. The back end had like the clear tail lights, and a lot more kind of technology came to that car, like the reversing camera, power tailgate, and that was a really soft, comfortable, plush vehicle. In the States, it was a 350. In the UK, the 300 powertrain still carried over until later on. I think they got a 330 from memory with the ES in the early days. But the 350 model in the UK is just a lot higher in tax in the UK. And the 300 is bad enough, so if you are looking in the used market, that's my words to you. And I'm rambling on about the RX just because there's a whole storyline to this. I've not driven the 3rd generation one, but that came out I think 2009 to about 2015. And I always remember Miley Cyrus back in the day and her mum were paparazzis in a photo of one of them. I don't know if it was a hybrid or just a 350 in the States, but that sticks in my head. And then the 4th generation, I was fortunate enough again from Lexus Glasgow to review. It was an F Sport, black with red interior, and it had the touchscreen that was updated into this. And that brings us on to the 5th gen of today. And the touchscreen is 14-inch. It's clear, it's fast, it's responsive. That's really positive. It's got a whole host of USB chargers, A and C, wireless Apple CarPlay. I believe it's wired to Android Auto. Don't have an Android phone to test that out. And we've got a clear heads-up display. So the first thing that I'm loving about the Mark 5 RX is the fact that everything's logically laid out and it's 2024, and I can go in and I can physically touch buttons. I can leave the heated seats or heated steering wheel or cooled seats in auto if I want, or I can touch them to free stage, turn them on and off. Memory seat buttons and the fuel release flap and the boot release are all big buttons you can touch, and it's easy to operate, just get in and go. I don't particularly love the little infrared radar thing that buzzes at you, but I know that's mandated by legislation. What else I like about the RX? Well, the way it drives, it's a very great driving, comfortable everyday car. You know, it's not a race car, rally car, but it's comfortable, it's compliant, it feels sophisticated out in the road, and the cabin feels insulated and isolated, which is really nice. It absorbs the lumps and bumps of the British road really well. And it's got a 12.6 metre turning radius. Let me just double check my notes there. 12.6 metre turning circle. And I think it's a really great handling car because I've got a lot of roundabouts near me, and kind of you can chuck it around it and it feels confident around the road. That's a plus. Boot space is nice. It's 460 litres. Ingress and egress of the car, it's a nice height. Just open the doors and you get in and out. And the technology in the cars are great in these days, and a lot of the new car manufacturers have thrown a lot of technology into it. And this is going to be no different. Adaptive cruise control, I love. Keyless entry, keyless go. You just get used to that. I don't know, it wasn't that long ago that was not standard in a lot of cars, but this car has it, and that's another bit of technology to not take for granted, but it is great and easy to have. And yeah, that's the main takeaway. You know, the rear space is great, but that's the same with all RXs. You know, the RX is just a great car, great size overall for families. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, you've got the budget, it's a great, and you're in the UK, it's a great family vehicle because it's good for empty nesters, and it's a bit taller, room in the back if you want to fold it down like so and go to shops to buy furniture or buy plants, pull the seats up and get child seats in, no bother. And this being a plug-in hybrid would be great for the benefit in kinds company car buyer conscious buyers. There is a 350 model for private buyers as well as the 500h. So all in all, I've rambled on a little bit, but yeah, I really like the RX, and that's some of my favourite things about it. yeah, so stay tuned for my next video. Thank you so much for watching and listening to my ramblings, and comment below your favourite thing about this RX.